Long-term review and forecast for CCJ as of 1/2/2021. Let's go. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent, and this is my stock, Bitcoin, gold, and silver daily market recaps. Please subscribe if you like what you see. Thank you. This is Dan Max, eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent, and it is January 2nd, 2022. I am doing a stock request from Clayman and Silver Cognac. They both want me to look at CCJ Cameco. This is a name I'm very familiar with, as I've been trading for a very long time. I do remember the monster run they once made many, many moons ago. So instead of, I was going to draw it all and then just talk about it, but instead, I'd like you guys to see how I draw charts and just how things come together in fruition. Again, I don't have complicated charts. I don't have Ikamoto clouds and Bollinger Bands and MACD and RSI and all these, I was going to say something naughty, all these indicators that don't do shit for other than follow the price. I want to try to draw the chart so that you can see the probabilities of what's to come, how it's going to play out, and understanding the timing of things. Because I think that's the hardest part a lot of time with trading is the timing. You're ultimately going to be right or wrong at certain binary points, but the timing is the hardest part. Everyone understands that. Like if you buy low, when is it actually going to start going higher? Or if you sell at the high, when is it going to drop? So again, if you like this kind of content, I'm going to do a lot more of this. Please subscribe, like, share with your friends. I really appreciate it. So let's get into it. CCJ. As somebody who started trading back in this time frame, I do remember it going from single digits post, I think it had, yeah, here we go. Here are all the splits. It went absolutely nuts. This was, again, people don't realize commodities once at one time acted like the tech sector. I did the back to basics trade war. If you don't understand the markets, you have to understand this. Money doesn't disappear, it rotates. And stocks change personalities. They change based on what is going on in the economy. And at times, tech goes apeshit, then it goes nowhere. At times, commodities go apeshit, and they go nowhere. Banks, it's all a matter of, the future and the potential. It changes, it rotates. There's not always one winner, and let's get into it. So CCJ, again, I remember this thing going absolutely bonkers. If you do that from the splits, it pretty solid move. Had a head and shoulders top, failed, hit the downtrend, and now, again, I drew that downtrend just before I started. But I wanted people to look at, because again, I've had this on my charts a while. This blue, so where I'm showing you right here on the left is the, kind of the peak of the VAP zone. Once you get over this price, tons of people bought and sold in here, right? We know that. That's what volume at price means. Once you get over that, it's kind of a vacuum until the next level, which would be up here in the 40s. So notice what happens coming off the lows. Of course, it rips higher. Boom. It hits old resistance, the top of the resistance zone. And you can see it right here. And the 0.382. Again, if you 0.382, please watch the video on Fibonacci's. They matter. Notice how we can't close over it. But we back test the 200 month. We're just chilling. Now, again, people from $5 to 28, it takes a break. When it went from 5 to 22, it took a break. This is normal how it goes. Again, we're coming off the lows. You're gonna get these kind of moonshots probably in the in the years to come in commodities. That's my belief. But as they come off the lows, the first move is usually less conviction, in the sense that not everyone is piling in. Higher prices are not the best advertisement for higher prices yet, kind of thing, where like just because Tesla goes up, it's on TV 1,000 times. Like no one's talking about CCJ. So just keep that in mind. Tech gets that kind of momentum right now, and until that changes, just assume nice and smooth. So you hit the 0.32, you back up to the 200 month. It broke the downtrend, so it is bullish, and I do like how when we broke the downtrend, look at the volume. It was good. So first thing first, long term, like it a lot. Let's check the weekly. Well, look what happened. It's just channeling higher. Notice that again, the 50-day and the channel are running up. It's gotten close to the 50-day, but here's what I was thinking, because this was a little bit of a signal to maybe be wary. And then you had this kind of crap. You had that doji, and then of course you came back down. If you were a bull, depends on where you're in, you want to get as close to the lower trend line, or pray to God that you get somewhere down under 20 and you wipe out all of these buyers, all of the, the shorts gets trapped, and you can rip higher. Because sometimes what you can see within channels is you get these like little, break above, and then back. And so that's what would be ideal, because then from there you usually get the straight line move. Look at it, you go straight down. You go straight down if you can hit the channel and violate it slightly. That would be a dream. I mean, let's put that in your books. Set an alarm for 20, and if you get under 20, watch the price action. Come to the Discord room. Chase me down if you want to look at, see if I can recognize it as a bear trap as the action is happening. I think that would be an awesome buy. But say that doesn't happen and you got in down here retesting, the 20 area. I mean, your stop is your entry, or you can roll up your stops. The only thing I don't like is it couldn't get over, it's not getting over the 20 week. But again, when you come off a bottom, here you go. I mean, it takes some time. And this is and ideally, transform all of this and put it right here. Notice what you had is a bottom, hit the 20 week, backed off, made a lower low, but then whoosh, ripped higher. That's a bear trap. Let me just put that in there for people watching who don't know. And watch, again, there's videos on bear traps. I have very clear videos on trying to explain what these things are. Jesus. That's a bear trap. Like, you want to see that. You make a new low, and then you go higher. That's the definition of a bear trap, because think about it. All the bears were piling, and people were selling at the low, and the trap was what? Higher. The first move is the trap. Well, guess what? Down, then up. That's, if you could just mirror this action, again, because the personality of stocks, they typically do it. I mean, look at the doji at the top, higher, or a nice little green bar, couldn't get over the 20-day. Again, patterns repeat. So now the probability as you're watching this, you're saying, okay, it's 50-50 whether it goes higher. If it goes lower, ultimately, is it necessarily a bad thing to shake out more weak hands? I mean, again, from 30 down to 20 is a nice pullback after running from $5. So keep in mind, like, that's part of the game. So if you're thinking in your mind, you have some or you're waiting, I would use the 20 week, and you need to see a close over it, which sucks because that means you have to wait till a Friday to really confirm it to get over it. But this is where we get into the shorter time frames, and maybe you can see what's going on. And this is like, breath of fresh air. Now you can see a little better what's going on here. Maybe it can help you kind of identify what is going on short term. I'm just trying to like eyeball stuff. You can see, okay, got it. We have a range. Again, the 200-day. Oh my God, look at that. It's the 0.618 too. That's what I was saying. That bear trap, if you could get some sort of action, remember we say under 20, maybe it fills this gap. Here we go. And this is how I look at it. I'm like, why would, if we were going to get below 20, what is the areas that might be important? Well, again, you have a nice gap here. Fill that gap. Fill that gap. Windows close. Boom. You should go higher. And now think about what potentially is happening here. I hope this isn't too complicated. Again, the 20-day is key. I'd almost say even the 100-day too, because once the 100-day is over, all these things, like the 50 is curling down, this is still curling down. So when I look at moving averages, I like to use them as support resistance, but I also like to look at the curling. Like when the 20-day starts curling up, usually, it follows so you're going higher. Like, it's just kind of one of those things. Like, it's kind of like when the RSI and the MACD confirm, it's like turning higher. You don't need all that. The moving averages kind of signal the same kind of shit. Well, what you have here is clear. I mean, it's just chop. I mean, this is congestion. I mean, look at it. If I was gonna, this is the area that matters to the buyers and sellers right now. If you go below it, think of what you could do. You could wash out everybody who is buying. And sometimes that's what the market makers try to do. And again, it all really depends on the demand. But if you start pulling back on lighter demand, keep in mind the assumption that they could test. Again, if you've read the book Volume Price Analysis by Anna Cooling, she has many topics about like this, explaining of like what this action is doing. You have all these people who bought up here. They are now nervous as it congests here. And if you're the market maker, the best way to unlock the volume is to shake it out. So it's either a chop or it's a trap. And the trap can be very lucrative for the market makers. If they can get that to happen, if this thing can drift right back down here, everybody is nervous as fuck who bought up in here. They sell here, and guess what? Now they've got a wholesale inventory of stock at 20 that they can't wait to sell at 40 or 30 later on. So you have to think like the market maker. This is dropping back into this area. This is dangerous for, bears and bulls, because if you don't understand what's going on, you're going to get shaken out. You're going to buy high and sell low. And that's what happens, is that you don't understand the action, then you become part of the problem. And at times, you don't know what's going to happen. Let's just be honest. Like, I'm trading probabilities. I could be wrong. What if the CEO announces, like, hey, we don't have actually any uranium. We don't have any of the stuff for nuclear reactors or accounting. I mean, there's a billion things that can go wrong with a company, but you should be looking. I mean, let's put the arrows in, like the silly, stupid arrows. Like, if you can see this gap fill, buy it. If you see this area, you can start buying. Now, this is, again, all or nothing. I mean, if you get lower prices and you like the stock, watch the action. Come by the Discord room. We can talk about this. I will put this on the radar to watch, because as I review it, I mean, where we start on the monthly, broke the downtrend. That's cool by me. Look at the weekly. We're channeling up. I'd want to buy it near the channel lows. Like, again, and I know the history of commodity stocks. Like, once these things, I mean, it's probably hard to really recognize this action. But here you go. I mean, here was the 2000 coming out of the 2000 bubble. I mean, you got this like choppy, and then parabolic. We're in the choppy start action, Like, that's all I got to say on that. And so, if you really want to dive in deep, let's get in. Where is my hourly? Here we go. You can see what's happening here on the hourly. It's just nothing. Nice big up move, chop, and drifting lower. Unfortunately, that tells you need more information. And that's where sometimes zooming out. And that's why I tell people, like, if you are tunnel vision on the 10-minute, the 5-minute, the minute, the hourly, you are missing the big effing picture, because the big picture is what the market makers are using. That's what they're based off of. They don't, this intraday stuff is just meant to trap, the intraday players. Well, guess what? The biggest traps and the best money is made by trapping the big dogs. And the big dogs trade on the bigger time frames. Think about it. Like, who's trading day trading? Small individuals, smaller trade size. Again, like, you have to think about the rationale between day trading and swing trading. Swing trading, typically people invest more. So to get the trap set for the swing traders and to make a move that traps them or gets them to sell before the big move is way harder than intraday stuff, where they can just play with the action, like, very quickly. Like, this is the kind of action that annoys you. So I hope this helps. This is the kind of stuff I really want to, like, really push on people, because if you're looking at the charts and you're not thinking about who is going to win and who's going to lose, you're not thinking about the market, because the market's, it's binary. Every win, there's someone losing, and every someone's losing, someone's winning. So think of it as, like, how do you identify what team is going to win? We're sports betting. We're doing our analysis on what team we think is going to win, and if they're going to win 80% of the time, then we need to assume the favorite and the spread, and figure out what's the best way to play it. This action, to me, it just seems like chop out. Get over the 20-day, get over the 100-day, maybe it starts getting more bullish. But if I'm a bull, I wouldn't be all in, first of all, on the first touch of the 200-day. I'd be, like, begging and praying to the gods that we get a trap, because what happens after the trap is a straight line move. Sometimes that lower low turns into the straight line move. I mean, you have to look at the personality of stocks. So it's either looking like this, it's going to chop out, and then you get that, or it looks like this and get a bigger move. So, again, come by the Discord room. Please subscribe if you like this stuff. Share it with your friends. I'm trying to impart knowledge that I think is beneficial to people, because this is not rocket science. Trading is not difficult. You make it difficult. Emotions make it difficult. I make it difficult on myself. Helping each other helps yourself be better. Again, if you're by yourself and you have to talk yourself into trades and out of trades, and you don't have anyone to reflect against, that's hard. That is really, really hard. So have a good weekend. See you Monday. Take care. Peace out. Thanks for watching. For more trading knowledge and insight, click on the videos on the right, and also join the Discord room. Link is in the description below. If you have any questions, please stop on by the Discord room and let's chat. Thank you.